Hello everyone, Sableye here and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a match analysis video of my top 4 set at the Vancouver Regional Championships versus Aaron Cybertron Zhang. Guys, at this point, if you do not know Aaron, you're missing out. Definitely go check out their channel down below. Of course, Aaron is an absolutely phenomenal player and an all-around great guy as well. So I was definitely looking forward to playing this match, and I say we jump straight into things. So my matchup into Aaron actually feels like one of the more beneficial matchups for this team. I was talking in the team report how I don't really have a lot of positive matchups. However, my matchup into Aaron feels like one of those very few positive matchups. There's not a whole lot Aaron's team can really do versus my Corviknight King Gambit lead in general. He has a few options, but overall, Corviknight King Gambit, especially with something like Arcanine in the back, those three in specific, really put in a lot of work against Aaron's team. So we're going to see how this goes out for you guys here. So that was kind of my game plan. I'm going to lead double steal and put him in almost like an impossible position, right? So, of course, we are on the far side of the screen today because this is the point of view that the stream was put in. So we're going to be on the far side. But as you can see, Aaron already a little bit struggling on what they want to do here, right? Because I've kind of put him in this position, right? So if he kills Corviknight, he leaves my King Gambit on to take care of the Flutter Mane. However, if he ignores Corviknight, Corviknight is going to set up on him to no ends, and Aaron can't really break Corviknight if he doesn't kill it. So right there, Aaron has fallen for my trap, takes out the Corviknight. I, in exchange, take out the Flutter Mane, and I'm feeling pretty confident, right? So Aaron's Iron Bundle has actually dropped the water coverage. So outside of Great Tusk now, and maybe the Flare Blitz on Talonflame, there's not a whole lot that can really kill King Gambit. And of course, once I get Intimidate, I could also Terra Flying with King Gambit as well if I need to live something from this Great Tusk. There is a lot of options in my favor right here. I'm going to bring in Iron Bundle, and this turn right here is probably the turn that decides the game. I'll be honest with you, right? Because I could simply Hydro Pump, kill off Talonflame, and you know what? Then it's a 2v3. I'm in a pretty good spot. I have Arcanine in the back as well for the Intimidate. Once again, Bundle can't touch it, so I'm safe to walk in with Arcanine and click Flare Blitz a few times and it's just over, right? So this is one of those ones where I kind of have to make the call of how Aaron wants to play this. Talonflame doesn't have Protect. I made the call that Aaron might have a chance of clicking Tailwind and trying to go Terra Ghost, because even if I get it wrong, as long as I'm doubling Great Tusk, Aaron's not doing any sort of real damage to me. Okay, he could make a read and click Flare Blitz into King Gambit, but it's not going to kill me. I'm still in a very good spot where at the end of the day, I'm killing the Great Tusk just the next turn anyways. Obviously, it gets a little dicey if he makes that play, but I opt to say, you know what? Talonflame is not a threat to me at the moment, so I'm going to completely ignore it. I'm going to opt for the Sucker Punch into the Freeze Dry into the Great Tusk, and if I get it right, I effectively win the game, because then there's nothing stopping. There is literally nothing stopping King Gambit and Iron Bundle from winning this game. Freeze Dry goes out, can take out the Great Tusk now, and that's going to basically do it for game 1 here at this point. I mean, Aaron does have Iron Bundle in the back, but it's at this point, there's the Will-O-Wisp. Opts for no Tailwind, just trying to hinder off my King Gambit. But as I said before, Aaron no longer has the damage output to win this game. Aaron has an Iron Bundle, either Iron Bundle or Baxcalibur in the back, both of which I have an Arcanine for in the back, and King Gambit doesn't really take damage from them. So whichever two of those are in the back, or whichever of the two are in the back, I should say, doesn't really affect me all that much. Now, obviously I'm piloted onto good turn 1. I don't agree with Aaron leading Flutter Mane into this, but of course he led Flutter Mane, tried to take a kill, and got punished for it, but we'll take it. Like I said, I think this is just a team matchup, just allowing me to make the safe play, which gives me the outs, right? Like, the Great Tusk call was super easy because I didn't care what Talonflame could do, right? Like, yeah, okay, Talonflame can Flare Blitz, it can't kill me. Talonflame can Wisp, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, Sucker Punch Freeze Dry will always take out that Great Tusk anyways. So, at this point, with seeing the Iron Bundle in the back, I'm just going to kill Talonflame, and my Arcanine that's in the end game here will consistently be capable of killing off the Iron Bundle. At this point, I'll just start launching Flare Blitzes into that. So Bundle's going to Protect as well, just trying to buy some turns, see maybe if I will opt for a Protect, because he can Encore me into something like that. I'm going to drop a Freeze Dry into the Talonflame. I believe I also Assurance to the Talonflame here, just because I figured if it was going to Brave Bird or something, or Flare Blitz, My assurance is going to be double damage. Yep, down goes Talonflame, and now it's just an easy, clean 3v1 versus an Iron Bundle without a water move, and my Arcanine in the back will seal this one up. This is... I don't need to worry about a speed tie here, because even if I lose it, I'm probably in a good spot. And at this point, it's just freeze dry assurance, and we just move on at this point. There's nothing really Aaron can do to pull himself out of this one. It's just over. Now, obviously, like I said, the turn 1 was super strong for me. I killed the Fluttermane, and this is what Corviknight does for the team, because Aaron's team here doesn't actually have many answers to Corviknight, right? Smart on Aaron to not forfeit there, trying to get a little bit more damage ideas and seeing how much freeze dry actually does. Obviously, probably right around the money, exactly what you'd expect, but good to see just in case there's some sort of difference in training or anything like that. You never really know, right? Maybe I make a mistake or something like that, so always good on Aaron to play it out there. But like I was saying, Aaron's team can't deal with Corviknight, so Aaron immediately has to find a way to try and deal with Corviknight. And he opted for the offense to try and kill the Corviknight. And unfortunately for Aaron, that just wasn't enough. And we are here with game 2. I figured I'd jump ahead for you guys. No real reason to watch all the downtime in between. We've got Corviknight, Kingambit on my end. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it right there, right? You know what I'm saying? I really like the Brute Bonnet adjustment from Aaron's end. I think it's a very smart player. And it just, you know what? He recognizes, okay, Fluttermane isn't working for me. Let's bring Bonnet out here and see if I can buy myself some turns, right? And Aaron is a phenomenal player, and Aaron sees that being his win con, right? Aaron knows that I have the damage output, that I have the matchup. Aaron's main way to win this right now is going to be buying himself turns with Sleep Powder, right? And unfortunately, we are about to witness one of the most unfortunate turns in Pokemon history, as Talonflame goes for the Will-O-Wisp, is going to miss the Corviknight, and Brave Bird will connect and land a critical hit into the Brute Bonnet, and the game is over at this point. There's no Spore to buy himself turns. Assurance is chipping down Talonflame now. Corviknight is no longer burned. There's not really a whole lot Aaron can do to pilot himself back into this one. As good as a player Aaron is, that's just a super unfortunate turn for Aaron, and it's just Pokemon. Like, we did sign up to play this game, but I don't want to win this way, right? Like, obviously, I feel good with the matchup. I want to play a clean game versus Aaron here, right? Like, yeah, okay, I'm going to win the game. Great, I'll take it. I'll accept it. I'm going to move on to finals pretty much at this point, as long as I don't severely mess up. But at the same time, I would have loved to see this set play out without those hacks, right? Because you do get big damage on Corviknight. You do get my Kingambit to sleep, right? Obviously, I'm not putting on a lot of pressure at that point. They have Encore in the back, so it's not like I can try and bulk up with Corviknight. I would have loved to see both of them. Honestly, I would have liked to be burned and not get the crit there. I probably do about 30-ish% to the Brute Bonnet. And what I'm going to do at that point is I'd probably try to start bulking up to bait the Iron Bundle in, and then just see if they can either... Because they still can't kill Corviknight if I get the defense boosts, right? So bulking up makes no sense. I respect Aaron going for the Icicle Crash there. Probably looking for a little bit of a flinch of some sort. Which, once again, Aaron just trying to buy himself turns and is doing everything right to buy himself turns. And it's just unfortunate that that turn 1 really went south for him. But we'll take it from here. At this point, it's Excalibur's now in Sucker Punch range as well. They're going to drop Flare Blitzes here, but once again, at this point, I'm pivoting in Arcanine just to make sure Kingambit isn't going to die. And regardless of where they go, I'm sitting here. I'm launching damage. I'm probably clicking... I don't remember if I clicked Assurance or... I want to say I Assurance to Talonflame here because Excalibur's probably going to switch out and not give me the Sucker Punch. They could also Ice Shard Flare Blitz my Corviknight slot, which is something I was considering as well. So my swap into Arcanine and just Assurance and kill off Talonflame made the most sense to me. We'll see if we actually get it here. I don't actually remember how this one played out. Like I said, this game was probably just won after turn 1. The dodge Will-O-Wisp into the crit on the Brute Bonnet really just sealed. Really just sealed this one, and they're gonna switch out Iron Bundle. Like I said, just trying to stop the Sucker Punch, trying to once again buy themselves turns. I am not gonna give them that. I'm in a spot where I know they can't kill Kingambit if I just bring in Arcanine here, so I can safely click anything but Sucker Punch just to get some massive damage up. And I'm pretty confident I clicked Assurance into Talonflame. Now, I might be wrong, but I'll let you guys know in a second. I'm pretty confident it was Assurance into Flame. Talonflame's going to click Flare Blitz. Going to go into Gambit. Like I said, at the -1, it's not going to kill me. And Assurance is just going to seal this one. And at this point, there's nothing stopping me from clicking Sucker Punch Flare Blitz into the Back's Caliber of Aaron. Because Flare Blitz will kill, and Sucker Punch will also kill. If they try to go for something like the Ice Shard play, well, then my Sucker Punch will fail, but Flare Blitz will cover off, will pick it off. And then once again, since Iron Bundle has no Hydro Pump, I'm safe to safely go for that. I can ignore the Iron Bundle. I've still got pieces in the back, and this game is pretty much over at this point. Once again, though, and I feel like I'm a broken record at this point, but without that turn 1 going the way it did, if I get burned, if I don't crit the Brave Bird, even if I'm burned and still crit the Brave Bird, I'm not killing because I'm burned, right? So there's a lot of variability. Even if they miss the burn and I get the Brave Bird off, I still don't get that kill. I'm probably doing about 67-ish%, give or take. I don't know the exact calc into that, but it's pretty much around there to an extent. And at this point, it's all but said and done. There's nothing really left for Aaron to do here. He's going to try and Terra out of it, but it's just not going to be enough. It's just not going to be enough. The early turns in this game were just so unfortunate that I was able to steamroll too quickly, right? And when you have a bad matchup like Aaron has here, it's one of those ones you kind of can't afford the move you're using to buy yourself turns to not go off. Like, if he hits the Will-O-Wisp, he's buying himself more turns in front of the Corviknight. Obviously, then he's going to get Spores off as well. And the Spores are going to buy him turns. And that's exactly what Aaron was looking for. And that's a really smart play, because Brute Bonnet doesn't do a whole lot to my team. But Brute Bonnet is enough where maybe it puts Aaron in a spot where he can buy himself the extra turns, right? And that's exactly what Aaron was going for. And that's a really smart play, right? Just recognizing that, hey, Brute Bonnet's not great here, but it's going to be enough to maybe buy myself turns to get out of this bad matchup. So super unfortunate game 2. Like I said, I would have loved to see how that plays out. If the burn goes off, maybe we probably get a game 3 there. I think if he gets the burn and proper sleep turns throughout that, he probably has a chance of just taking game 2 by himself, just straight up there. Of course, it does come down to a little bit of sleep turns. If I'm capable of getting bulk ups off without Bundle coming in to encore me, things go back and forth there a little bit, of course, but I would definitely love to see the set play out. And with that, we're going to wrap this one up here. Obviously, a little bit of a quicker analysis, but there was only so many turns in this game thanks to the fact that we got super, super lucky in game 2. Of course, guys, Aaron, absolutely phenomenal player. Great guy. Please, please, please go check out his channel if you haven't already, which would just be a crime at this point, really. I'm going to stop rambling now. Thank you all so much for the support. If you do enjoy these videos, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and I will catch you all in a future video.